I spent weeks researching the money habits of countries around the world, searching for one answer. Why do some cultures seem so much better at building wealth than others? What I found wasn't a secret investment strategy or a magic formula. It was something far more powerful: simple habits, refined over generations, that quietly help people save more, spend with purpose, and build lasting financial security. In this video, we'll uncover 5 of the most powerful money habits from around the world and how you can start using them today. Let's begin in Japan. Imagine knowing exactly where every dollar you earn goes. Not because an app tracked it automatically, but because you consciously wrote it down. More than a century ago, Japan introduced a budgeting method called Kakeibo, which simply means household financial ledger. Instead of relying on automation, Kakeibo asks you to slow down and reflect. Before each month begins, you answer 4 simple questions. How much money do I have? How much would I like to save? How much am I actually spending? And how can I improve next month? Writing expenses by hand creates something many budgeting apps don't: awareness. Research in behavioral psychology suggests that manually recording spending increases mindfulness and can reduce impulsive purchases because the act requires deliberate attention rather than passive tracking. The goal isn't perfection, it's intentionality. When every purchase forces a moment of reflection, unnecessary spending becomes easier to recognize. Money begins flowing toward what truly matters. Sometimes, building wealth starts with something as simple as paying attention. While Japan teaches awareness, Germany teaches discipline. Walk into many German stores, and you'll still find customers reaching for cash instead of credit cards. At first, it feels old-fashioned, but there's powerful psychology behind it. When we swipe a card or tap a phone, spending feels almost invisible. Cash feels different. You physically watch your money leave your wallet. Behavioral economists have long observed what's often called the pain of paying. People generally feel a stronger psychological impact when using cash than when using cards, which can make overspending less likely. Germany's long-standing preference for cash has often been associated with careful budgeting and avoiding unnecessary debt. The lesson isn't that credit cards are bad, it's that convenience can make spending effortless, and effortless spending often becomes expensive spending. Before buying something non-essential this week, try paying with cash. You may be surprised how differently you think. But sometimes, even disciplined savers need help. That's where South Korea offers a fascinating idea. Imagine a savings account built entirely on trust. For generations, many South Koreans have participated in a tradition called Kye. Here's how it works. A group of friends, relatives, or co-workers agrees to contribute the same amount of money every month. Each month, one member receives the entire pooled amount. The process continues until everyone has had a turn. It isn't investing. It isn't borrowing from a bank. It's a community helping itself. These rotating savings groups have existed in many cultures because they create accountability, encourage consistent saving, and give members access to larger sums of money when they need them. Beyond the financial benefit, they build trust. And perhaps that's the greatest lesson. Money doesn't always have to be a solitary journey. Sometimes your greatest financial asset is your community. But what if you don't have extra money to save? Scotland has an answer. Most people think saving requires sacrifice. Scotland's approach suggests something different. Instead of trying to save hundreds of dollars at once, save tiny amounts consistently. $1 today, $3 tomorrow. The spare change from your morning coffee, the money you didn't spend on a subscription you barely use. These amounts seem insignificant, but over months and years, they grow into something meaningful. The beauty of micro-saving isn't the amount, it's the habit. Tiny actions repeated consistently are easier to maintain than dramatic lifestyle changes that disappear after a few weeks. Financial success rarely comes from one enormous decision. It comes from thousands of small ones, small deposits, small victories, Small improvements, eventually, they become big results. Finally, we arrive in the Netherlands, where one simple pause can save thousands of dollars. Online shopping has made buying almost effortless. One click, done. But many Dutch consumers intentionally slow the process down. Instead of purchasing immediately, they place the item in their cart. Then they wait. 24 hours. Sometimes 48. During that pause, they ask themselves, do I really need this? Will I still want it tomorrow? Is there a better alternative? Remarkably, many purchases never happen. Impulse fades. Logic returns. That simple waiting period creates space between emotion and action, and often, that space saves money. Sometimes the smartest financial decision is simply giving yourself time. 5 countries, 5 very different cultures, yet they all point toward the same truth. Building wealth isn't about finding the perfect investment, it's about creating better habits. Japan reminds us to become aware. Germany teaches discipline. South Korea shows the strength of community. Scotland proves that small actions compound. And the Netherlands reminds us that patience has value. None of these habits require a higher salary. None require special knowledge. They simply require consistency. Because wealth isn't built in a single moment. It's built one decision at a time. If you found one habit you'll start using this week, let us know in the comments. And if you enjoy thoughtful insights on money, investing, and financial psychology, subscribe for more videos that help you think differently about wealth. Thanks for watching.